stop me if you heard this one. In a world where humans start developing pyrokinetic abilities, a plucky new recruit discovers more than he bargains for. That's right, we're talking about Fire Force.
You mean...
No, wait. Why does it says Promare on the script?
Because somebody hit the trigger.
So yes, we just saw the most recent Trigger movie, Promare, which is totally not Fire Force. Well, I'm honestly just kidding with the Fire Force discussion, but it just seems uncanny.
Yeah, just like the overall premise when Snack Vic told me about it, it's just like, you know, I instantly thought after this movie that Promare is basically Trigger's best moments, all cohesively and well executed, brought together into one theatrical movie.
Honestly, recently, me and Jorilla started watching Fire Force. When I started watching the film, I'm like, wait, humans turning into fire creatures in the Fire Force, specifically designed to stop these people? I know they were probably in development at the same time, I just thought the comparisons were uncanny.
And okay, before I forget to bring this up, everyone in the beginning of the movie, I know this was supposed to be a serious moment, but it wasn't just me doing this, it was literally like at least 1/3 of the theater just laughing at everyone bursting into flames. Like literally, somebody who got stepped on in the train blew up in flames because he was so emotionally struggled because of that. That was his trigger. Get it?
Yeah.
But
I guess also a quick shout out, we saw this movie with JW.
And friends.
Yep. So yeah, the whole point of the movie, well, actually it becomes way more, like, complicated once we get to a plot dump. But just to make it simple, years and years ago, people start developing, pyrokinetic abilities. Some use it for whatever, while others use it as a form of terrorism. So special firefighting groups had to be developed to stop said terrorism. I did think it was interesting when they use, I guess sort of like the X-Men thing, where people had a prejudice towards anyone with these pyrokinetic abilities. What were they called?
Burnish.
Yeah, the Burnish. And it is sort of like I guess you can say, relates to modern day allegories, especially with them just, raiding places and, taking innocent people who happen to be Burnish.
Yeah, basically that whole angle is like about suppressing a group for doing things that they don't have control of, and it's very confusing.
And for the gain of the higher ups.
Yep.
Some hot social commentary.
Whoa. And guess what? The villain was basically the ultimate Burnish. So it's sort of a catch-22? I don't know.
The moment when our protagonist is like, yeah, that guy's my hero, he saved me when I was a kid and everything, I was like, yeah, he's gotta be the villain, isn't he? The governor.
Basically, everyone was whispering it to each other. Like, I even talked to the guy next to me, just like, so, that's gonna be the villain, right? And he's just like, yeah, that's definitely the villain.
I'm pretty sure Fire Force is gonna have the same plot twist in a few more episodes.
Yeah, well... No, maybe. I don't know. I mean, the guy with the eye patch... Because it's a TV show, I feel like it's going to be a little bit more complicated, and then there'll be more like an actual, like, ultimate natural evil or whatever demon thing.
Yeah. So, a lot of the second half of the movie about trying to transport people off of the world sort of reminds you of, like, a main plot point that happened in, like, the second half of Goren Wagon after the time skip.
Yeah, basically the way, like...
If you've seen Goren Wagon up until the time skip and saw how that plot line sets up, it's kind of similar to that.
Yeah.
Pretty much, apparently, all the Burnish might be causing the end of the world. The governor's like, fuck this shit. We're gonna go to the only place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism. Space.
Nice. Oh, by the way, before I forget, since I have the wiki right here because like I have all the names right here next to me.
Yeah.
There was so many names. But one thing I noticed when we got to the credits, which could be easily overlooked, what was it, a mouse? A gerbil?
Yeah.
That was a mouse? Yeah. His name is Vinny.
Yeah.
That is very important. For our mindset. Just educating you Promare watchers. Vinny Vine sauce.
So yeah, a lot of like the plot line sort of goes off the rail. I know some similar to that happens in Goren Wagon, especially at the end with its probability altering missiles.
Okay, so
They pull shit like that out of their ass. Like right before the climax, a scientist pops up and then just gives us a whole exposition dump.
I'd also like to mention that they basically make the more popular characters of both Kill la Kill, Goren Wagon mesh together. I'm talking about the sister of Ryoko Matoi and the guy who died. What's his name? Oh my god, why is it abandoning me? Edit this out. Oh my
Kamina.
god. Yeah, Kamina. Ryoko Matoi's sister and Kamina together, which, to be fairly honest, they had a lot more character, in my opinion. Well, not character, but a lot more story. And then made them the main characters, making them not have that big of a story, making them have like more of a main character story, so we can like, you know.
Yeah, they introduce a lot of characters at the beginning just to do like nothing with them. Also, the main protagonist was just basically
Kamina.
Kamina.
Lots of Japanese names that we pronounce wrong. But yeah, basically it's...
Also, the dynamic between Leo and not Kamina was
name
pretty
is Gallo. It's Gallo and Leo.
Galileo.
Galileo. Oh my god.
You just got that?
No!
Wait, who's Galileo again?
He's an astronomer and is also artistic.
I guess that makes sense because the ending does pull a lot of like astrology shit out of their ass. And the Earth's core is now a star.
We also have Zordon from Power Rangers, basically.
Anyway, the dynamic between those two is very reminiscent to like the time skip of Goren Wagon, where other main protagonists with blue hair and white-haired antagonists team up to fight the real antagonist. I don't know, I'm just pulling shit out of my ass, but I just noticed that I only sparingly watched Goren Wagon,
Basically,
so I just know plot points.
Basically, there's no real villain, they're just all antagonists / protagonists, depending on what viewpoint you want.
Yeah. I guess after the first, like, fight, you think, oh man, these fire guys are, like, gonna be the main big bad. But then you're like, oh fuck, it was actually the people who were oppressing them that were the villains.
Unlike Fire Force, legit just has enemies. There's no antagonists. Like, so I like how this movie makes it all more
Well, they give
real.
it, like, two sides of a thing. Like, obviously they hype up Leo to be the villain, but, like, after you see everything that's going on, you're like, man, these, like, firefighter people aren't really the best, huh?
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess let's just wrap this up with our final thoughts of the movie because it's kind of late and we're sort of talking out of our ass at this point.
Okay.
So, overall thoughts, what did you think of the movie?
If you have a friend that's never watched a Trigger animation and you feel like they need a guide, then Trigger just gave it to you. Just make them watch this movie and then that will initiate them. If they don't like this animation, then screw them, they're not your friend anymore.
Yeah, this is sort of baby's first Trigger anime because it sort of has some of everything. Like, a lot of the designs are reminiscent of Kill la Kill. Like, they have a giant mech fight like Goren Lagann, and Lil Bitch Academia was there somewhere.
What?
Anyway, I thought the movie was really good. Definitely worth, like, a single time watch. Even if you're, like, into animation.
I mean, it needs to be analyzed frame by frame.
Also, before we end, I did notice one thing. They used a lot of, like, CGI for this movie.
Well, yeah, it was a little...
It got kind of distracting because it sort of felt like I was watching a game cutscene from, like, an Arc System Work game.
When I was looking at it, it looked satisfying, but it did get sort of tiresome compared to...
It sort of looked like we were watching gameplay of Kill la Kill If. I wonder if Arc System Works actually worked on this production.
I think I did see their name in there. Oh, no, I was thinking of the commercial. Also, I'd also like to mention that
I think this is like the 12th best thing that Trigger has done. Right behind that one scene from The Amazing World of Gumball.
No. This definitely has rewatch value of up to like 3 times for me at least. I'm definitely buying the Blu-ray limited edition, whatever, from Best Buy or wherever you can get it. And we didn't get to watch the interview because time restriction.
Yeah, the theater that we were watching it at had a little extra thing at the end. Like, if we stayed after the credits, there was a round table with like a group of the creators and animators that worked on it.
But I'm sure that's going to be in the Blu-ray on YouTube somewhere.
Anyway, I really enjoyed the movie. I thought it was really fun. Definitely a must-watch for people. I'm sure this will skyrocket in popularity among like some of the best anime movies like Spirited Away or Paprika.
And also, before we go, I'd also like to mention that if you're worried about going into a theater watching this and having a lot of people talk during it, the thing is that when I went to the theaters for this, oh my god, because I know it's like so select and everything, the audience was amazing. They are genuine fans. Their added commentary felt like there wasn't that much added commentary from the fans, but dude, when they did say something, it was always something that made you laugh. And you could like literally feel comfortable talking to the next person to you, having the same level of like just fandom with you. It was such a great experience. And then to know that there was a talk with the creators afterwards, like on the screen, it just felt so amazing, so refreshing.
A lot of love and care went into this production. Even when you watch it, you can tell that the creators put their all into it. I wouldn't say this was the best thing that Trigger ever made, but I will say that this is something that had some of the most heart. Also, call out to Joe Rilla, he hates My Little Witch Academia. I was about to say My Hero Academia.
I hate My Hero Academia on brooms in VR. I haven't seen gameplay of it, but it sounds terrible.
Well, to be fair, I keep saying My Hero... Little Witch Academia has a really shady track record when it comes to video game.
Yeah, basically, it's just, I mean, I still have to see gameplay, but in VR, whenever I see a broom thing of a game, it's just, no, don't.
Fight or flight senses.
Fight or flight senses, and I'm just like, no, just end it. I'll watch the trailer, but that'll probably just make me think it's more terrible.
Anyway, this discussion went off the rails. We're tired. Anyway, you guys have a good night, good morning, whatever, and thanks again for watching Snack Chats. Like, subscribe, comment, anything helps us.
Bring your friends into the Trigger cult with this movie.